For centuries, people called Venus Earth's twin. From afar, it seemed a perfect match, similar in size, made of rock, both wrapped in thick atmospheres. Ancient astronomers imagined Venus as a lush, tropical world, a cosmic sibling to our own. But as our technology improved, we discovered Venus was hiding extreme secrets beneath its clouds. Robotic probes revealed a world nothing like Earth, a place of crushing heat and toxic air. Venus and Earth may have started with the same ingredients, but their stories took wildly different turns. Understanding why one became a cradle for life and the other a furnace is one of science's biggest mysteries. Let's see how these two twins really compare. Venus and Earth are often called planetary twins because they are nearly the same size. Venus is about 95% as big as Earth, with a very similar mass and density. If you place them side by side, you'd notice they're almost indistinguishable in diameter, making them unique among the planets in our solar system. Both are classified as rocky or terrestrial planets. They have solid, metal-rich cores surrounded by thick, layered atmospheres. Their surfaces are made of rock and metal, not gas, and both planets have a complex internal structure that includes a mantle and crust. Earth orbits in what's known as the habitable zone, the perfect distance from the Sun for liquid water to exist. Venus, however, is just a bit closer to the Sun, about 30% closer, and receives nearly twice as much sunlight, which has a huge impact on its climate and environment. For many years, scientists speculated that Venus might simply be a warmer, cloudier version of Earth, perhaps even with oceans hidden beneath its thick clouds. But here's where the similarities end. Venus's atmosphere is over 90 times denser than Earth's, creating a crushing blanket of carbon dioxide and clouds of sulfuric acid. Standing on Venus would feel like being a full kilometer underwater on Earth, with pressure so intense it would instantly crush most spacecraft and any human visitor. Both planets have mountains, valleys, and volcanoes, but Venus's surface is far more hostile, with temperatures hot enough to melt lead and volcanic plains, shaped by intense geological activity. Despite their striking similarities, Venus is one of the most extreme and inhospitable environments in the entire solar system, a world where survival is impossible for life as we know it. The biggest shock? Temperature. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, hotter even than Mercury. Its surface averages 465 degrees Celsius, 870 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. The culprit is Venus's thick carbon dioxide atmosphere, which traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. Sunlight gets in, but almost none escapes. Venus's clouds aren't made of water but sulfuric acid, hiding the surface and reflecting sunlight. The pressure on Venus is crushing, over 90 times Earth's, like being 900 meters deep in the ocean. No spacecraft has survived more than a few hours on the surface. So while Venus is Earth's twin in size, its environment is a nightmare, scorching, crushing, and toxic. Similar doesn't mean identical. Venus is full of oddities, making it one of the most fascinating planets in our solar system. Its mysteries have puzzled astronomers for centuries, and the more we learn, the stranger it seems. For starters, Venus spins in the opposite direction to most planets, a phenomenon called retrograde rotation. This means that if you stood on its surface, you'd see the sun rise in the west and set in the east, the exact reverse of what we experience on Earth. Even stranger, a single day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days, which is actually longer than its entire year of 225 Earth days. So, on Venus, the days drag on endlessly, while the years pass by more quickly. This slow, backward spin creates wild climate extremes, with temperatures soaring high enough to melt lead, and atmospheric pressure crushing anything that lands there. Venus is often called the morning star or the evening star, because it shines brilliantly just after sunset or before sunrise, outshining almost every other object in the night sky. Its thick, reflective clouds bounce sunlight back into space, making Venus the third brightest object visible from Earth after the Sun and the Moon. The upper clouds whip around the planet at hurricane speeds, over 360 kilometers per hour, or 224 miles per hour, creating a constantly shifting, turbulent atmosphere. Incredibly, it might even rain sulfuric acid in the upper atmosphere. However, the intense heat causes the acid rain to evaporate before it ever reaches the ground, creating a bizarre and hostile environment. With lightning storms, hurricane-force winds, and acid rain all happening at once, Venus's weather is truly wild and unpredictable, a world of extremes unlike any other in our solar system. So why study such a hostile world? Venus, with its crushing atmosphere and scorching surface temperatures, might seem like the last place to look for answers about our own planet. But in reality, it holds vital clues about planetary evolution and climate. Venus is a cautionary tale, a real-life example of what happens when a planet's climate spirals out of control. Its thick clouds trap heat, creating a runaway greenhouse effect that transformed it into a furnace. Billions of years ago, Venus may have had oceans and a milder climate, possibly even conditions suitable for life. Some scientists believe it once looked a lot like early Earth. By studying its geology and atmosphere, we learn what tipped Venus from potential paradise to furnace. We search for evidence of volcanic activity, ancient water, and the chemical changes that sealed its fate. Venus helps us understand the greenhouse effect and climate change on Earth. Its story warns us about the dangers of unchecked carbon dioxide and the fragility of planetary balance. It's a stark reminder of how delicate our own atmosphere is, and how easily it could be disrupted if we're not careful. Future missions aim to uncover Venus's lost water, search for active volcanoes, and piece together its ancient history. Each discovery could reshape our understanding of planetary science. By exploring our evil twin, we gain insight into planetary evolution, and a deeper appreciation for our own blue world, learning how rare and precious Earth truly is. Sometimes the best way to understand home is to study the neighbor. Venus's story is a mirror, reflecting both the dangers and the wonders of our own planet's journey.